Good morning and greetings, YouTube world. I am burning my big burn pile this morning. I may burn the other one later today. It's about half this size. But if you'll remember, I've got a big tree laying down that fell out of that jungle next door. You can see the trunk of it right there. And it's laying all the way across here, and it was all the way up to that tree there. And I'm burning a little bit at a time, getting rid of it because my chainsaw got flooded in Hurricane Harvey back in 2017, and I have not been able to purchase a new one yet. So that is how I am dealing with big trees that fall out here right now, and it works. It just takes a while to get enough tree limbs and stuff accumulated to burn such a big diameter tree trunk, but it's getting done. And my white wicker rocker that I did many videos from is in there. It's just about all burned up now. You can see one of the rockers sticking out, but other than that, it's gone. It rotted away. I was sitting in it doing a video one day and it fell, just rotted away, and it and me went crashing down to the floor. But y'all, late last night, and I mean, you know, like 11 or 12 o'clock last night. Look at Callie laying over there. I got my boy and my girl with me today. There's Callie laying there. Hey, kitty Callie. And right here is Odie boy. Right there. But anyway, late last night, I was not really spending time with God. I don't even know what I was doing, really doing nothing. And God started speaking to me about President Trump. And he told me that Americans, whether they like him or not, they need to be praying for him, lifting him up daily. And I agree. And I was praying for him fervently for a long time. But I don't know what happened. You know, I guess Satan started interfering and getting my mind elsewhere and making me forget that I need to be lifting my president up every day. There used to be a group, and I don't remember the exact name that that group had, but it was something like the Presidential Prayer Team. And it was a group of people that took an oath to pray for the president daily. And this was way back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And I took that oath every year. And I had a decal for that group on the back of my vehicle, whatever vehicle I had at the time. And I had another one that I had on my office window. And they just kind of helped me remember to pray every day for the president. And there were some presidents that I didn't like, but for whatever reason, God put them in office so that his plan could be fulfilled, so that he could get glorified. And he has done that throughout all history of the world. And some of the presidents, some of the kings that he has appointed were evil people. But they got whatever needed to be accomplished so that God could be glorified, done during their reign. So whether you like President Trump or not, we are commanded in the Bible to pray for our leaders. In Genesis, in Deuteronomy, in Isaiah, quite a few places in the Psalms, in Matthew and John and Luke and Acts, and I'm sure other places too, which all and God last night told me that he gave President Trump the COVID virus so Americans would start praying for him again, and they did. But I feel, and God didn't say so, but evidently he feels also, that after President Trump got cured from the COVID virus, everybody stopped praying for him again. We need to be lifting that man up daily. The LGBT, or whatever it's called, group, and I noticed they've added a couple of more letters to their acronym now, and I don't know what they stand for, and I don't really care. They're an evil group, and the left side of the party line, especially that Kamala Harris, or whatever her name is really pushing the LGBT agenda. And we do not need that in our country, and we especially don't need leaders running this country that supports groups such as that. It is evil, and we do not need any more evil in our country. We need to be praying for good, God-fearing, God-obeying people. And President Trump, whether you like him or not, he does fear the Lord. He does read the Bible. He does pray. He does ask people to pray for him. We need to be supporting that guy. You know, his talk is rough. I understand that. I acknowledge that. But he is a New Yorker. New Yorkers talk that way. Texans have their own way of talking. Just about every state in the country has their own way of talking. He talks like a New Yorker. That's the way he is. Just accept that fact that he doesn't talk like everybody else. He's not a bad person. He is a very good person. He has more love for this country than any president I've ever seen. He is not a politician. He was never a politician. But he is a very good businessman, and he has done great, great things for this country, even great things for those people who voted against him, for those people who hate him. He is a very awesome president, and we do need him for a second term. In the conversation God and I had last night, God said that if we do not start lifting him up, he will put the evil rulers in charge of America as a punishment for our disobedience. Y'all, we do not need that. I know eventually it's going to come. I know eventually America will fail. But I pray that you will join me and that you will actively encourage others to join in praying for our president and for our vice president. They need our prayers daily. And y'all, here's my new little orchard. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 new pomegranate trees that I grafted from 3 or 4 inch long cuttings last December. And that one's about 3 feet tall. That one's about 18 inches. This one here, the deer dug it up, and I thought it was gone, but I replanted it, and it is still alive, and it has grown another 6 inches since they dug it up. That one has never been very big, and it hadn't grown much since I put it in the ground. And that one there is about 3.5 feet tall. And the fig trees over here, they were all from 3 to 4 inch cuttings also. And I don't know why some are taller than the other one. That one's 4+ feet tall there, and that one and that one. This last one over here, that little one, pigs dug it up twice, deer dug it up once. It's been dug up 3 times. And I thought it was dead, but it has put on a couple of new leaves, so it must be still doing okay. And for now, I have moved my rosemary into this pot right here. It's eventually going to go in a bed because rosemary gets big. It needs a much bigger place in that pot, but that's where it's living right now. I wanted to put it and the ginger in a bed together, but I got to get that bed built. But anyway, y'all, please join me in praying for President Trump. Pray for the election. If you haven't voted yet, go vote. Go vote. That is an honor and a blessing that we have in America, to elect our own president. And excuse my sinus drainage, it's still very bad. I voted early on the first day of early voting. And on election day, I will be at a polling location with my campaign signs, campaigning for several people that I really want to get elected, and President Trump will be one of them. He is rough, you know, I guarantee you that. You know that. Everybody knows that. But God loves President Trump. President Trump moved the American embassy in Israel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, where it should have been in the first place. President Clinton said he would move it, and he never did. George Bush said he would move it 2 or 3 times, and he never did. Obama said he would move it, and he never did. President Trump said he would move it, and he moved it. So whether you like President Trump or not, he is doing great things for our country. He does love our country. He does love God. God does love him. God put him there for many reasons. He has saved our country from evil. Are we gonna keep him as president so he can keep fighting for us? Or are we gonna turn it over to the dark side, to the evil side? I know eventually that will happen. That's in prophecy in the Bible. Not about America in general, but the whole world during the New World Order will turn to evil. And I feel that time is very, very soon. But we need to be lifting President Trump up in prayer daily. You know, as you're going about your business, just utter a short prayer for him. Many times a day, just keep him lifted up. It feels good standing here by this fire. It's warm and it's chilly out here. I'm wearing my sweatshirt again, but I've got on shorts and flip-flops, see? But hey, y'all, this video was made to plead with you to pray for our president. He is doing a good job. I want him to stay in office because he is fighting hard, like 18 to 20 hours every day for this country, for the people of this country, even fighting for those who don't like him. I wonder, you know, I started wondering as I was getting ready for bed last night after having that conversation with God. I wonder what President Trump feels in his heart each night when he's getting ready for bed. Right now, I think he feels pretty dejected by the American people. And yet, every morning he wakes up and he goes to work fighting for our freedoms. Even though we have pretty much turned our back on him, we need to support the man. We need to pray for the man. So y'all please do that with me. I plead with you. And that is something that God told me to publicize, to ask the world, to ask Americans to pray for the President of the United States of America. So that's what I'm doing here. So please lift up President Trump. Keep him lifted up in prayer. There is much, much power in prayer. He needs our prayer, and we are commanded to pray for the leader of our country. So y'all join me in doing that. Y'all have a blessed day. I need to get a rake and start raking some of this stuff from the side up into the fire so I don't have all this stuff around the fringes not being burned. All right, y'all take care, and I'll talk to you soon again.